How's it going, everybody? How we doing? Long time no see. Well, guess what? I think I figured it out. It's not like I was like stressing over it or anything like that. It's just like, I don't know, 6 months ago, was it? I just got tired of YouTube. You know, my desire to do YouTube just went right out the window. Right out the window. I didn't care about it whatsoever. At all. And I think what it was is that it became an obsession for like 3 years, right?
Yeah.
For like 3 years, I was making on average about 3 videos a week, something like that. And with that obsession comes, when you have an obsession like that, it's what you're always thinking about. It's what your heart is all into, okay? So, the times that me and Christy had together, let's say we're at a restaurant, right? I'm not really there with Christy completely. I'm thinking about a video opportunity, right? Right? We're talking, we're looking at each other, but in between all that, I'm thinking about a video opportunity. What could I do? What kind of picture could I take? Where should the setup be? How should I start it out? It's kind of like what I've been doing before this video, okay? So, I'm driving. I'm watching the road. I'm doing what I should be doing. I'm thinking about a video opportunity. I'm not thinking about, things that are important. Like, what could I get, my son for his birthday, or pondering on things that you should be pondering on. And I feel the same way about, these other trucker channels that are doing really well. Let's say like, Allie Knight. I got nothing against Allie Knight and everything, but she's a single woman, right? A solo driver, right? So she has time to do that. But that's her entire life, is driving truck and making YouTube videos. Now, you guys let me know. You guys let me know, because I really don't know. I really don't have a clue. I kind of think from some of the videos that I've watched on the subject, she might be bringing home an extra $800 a month. I don't know. You guys have any idea? I mean, I don't know. I've seen like 10 of her videos. Same thing with Trucker Josh. That's his entire life. I mean, and I'm not trying to be negative towards anybody, but that's been his life. I mean, he's not even 30 years old yet. And that's what all that he's been doing, is driving truck and YouTube videos. I don't think he has a girlfriend. And what I'm getting at is, eventually we all have a desire to settle down with somebody. That most of us are born with the desire to hook up with somebody and spend the rest of our life with them and have good times and good moments with them. And so there's going to be a moment in their life, money or not, where they're going to have to decide, are they going to focus more on that person? Because that person that they choose to hook up with, they want attention. And if they see that the person that they're with is giving more attention to YouTube or anything else, then there's going to be a problem in that relationship. And that's what happened with me and you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But, you didn't really say anything to me. My wife is so mellow and easy, she pretty much, lets me do whatever I want to do. But it caused problems. How long has it been since we actually split up? How long ago was that?
That was almost 2 years ago.
Almost 2 years ago. And I didn't know how deeply it was affecting our relationship till just a few days ago. I didn't know. Right?
I guess maybe you didn't recognize it because before you were so into the videos, making videos.
Yeah.
That I think that you didn't fully hear me when I finally did say something.
Yeah, well,
So.
I can't remember 2 weeks ago, so I'll take your word for it. It's probably true. I'm probably like a lot of typical men where, I probably could listen a little bit better, if you know what I'm saying. So YouTube made me forget about my core beliefs of what's most important. My wife, my dog kids, and my other grown human kids. Things that are really important. I don't care if you're somebody that's making an extra $500 a month. I think, this is my opinion, you're missing out on what's most important in life. And that's the realization that I came to for myself. It wasn't YouTube, okay, that was dear to my heart. It was this woman here. It was these dogs back here. It was my grown children back in Utah. Not, I think YouTube kind of consumes you, or it can consume you, and I think it consumes most people. I mean, like, again, I'll say this again. Every part of my life, whether it was going to see a movie at a restaurant, going to the grocery store, you know, I mean, there's some YouTubers that film every move that they make. You know what I mean? They're at a truck stop getting some coffee. You know, they're filming that. Morning, everybody. I'll get in my car. I mean, it's like it becomes their life, and I think they're missing out on life because of that. That's what I'm trying to get across more than anything else. The gear that I bought, you know, I had a camcorder. Actually, I had the camcorder before I started. Then I got a GoPro, and then I got a monopod and all kinds of gear associated with that GoPro. I got a computer program that was supposed to be better for editing. I spent hours upon hours editing sometimes, just for one video. I might spend a whole hour and a half editing one video sometimes. You know, it was like my life was a constant movie. I was not living real life. By the way, on a side note, me and Chrissy have been vegan now for what?
5 months?
5 months. The best decision that we ever made. Best decision that we've ever made. I've lost over 30 pounds. I'm in better shape now than I have been in probably a decade. And that's with exercise. Christy's lost almost 30 pounds herself, right?
26, yeah.
26 pounds, no exercise. We never starved ourselves. We never felt like we were hungry. We don't feel like we eat all we want. It's you know, plant food has a lot of fiber in it. Fiber fills you up. But anyways, so I hope you're liking the way I'm looking. I'm feeling, I'm actually starting to see stomach muscles. Another 20 pounds and I'll be back to high school weight. Yeah, imagine that. Just an FYI, I'm at 203 right now. Started out at 235. I think it was a little bit higher than 235 because once I started monitoring it, I weighed myself like 2 weeks after I started and I was at 235. So I probably lost more than that. Anyways, I mean, I lost workouts because of focusing on YouTube. I missed out on times with my wife, and real quality times where, you know, with eye to eye focusing on each other because of YouTube. So my focus, our focus, is on what matters in life, okay? Even if we were making $800 on YouTube, and I have no idea on how many views. I do know it's about the views. I don't know how many views you would have to actually get to make an average extra $800 a month, but I'm willing to bet that Allie Knight is probably close to doing that, you know. Our focus is on what matters, you know. Our relationship, health, you know, my kids, the animal kind and the human kind. Our kids, I should say. And that's it, you know, because in the end, when you're getting close to death, you're going to, I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. You're going to look back on your life and you're going to recognize what you should have been doing and shouldn't have been doing. That's for sure. I don't care who you are. I don't care how great you're doing on YouTube. I don't care what your life situation is. You're going to look back. So you're kind of living a fantasy life. When you stop and watch some of these trucker channels, I mean, I always felt like I was a little bit more real than other trucker channels, and that's my personal belief. I'm not like trying to start any shit, man, but it's one of the reasons why I don't watch a lot of YouTube in the first place, and especially a lot of trucker channels. So it's fantasy, you know. It's a lot of it's not really you know. So I'm not coming across like I'm out of the game, but I've said a long time. Those of you that have been following me for a long time know this about me. If I don't have something really important to say from my heart, if I don't feel like I have a good video to make, you might not see me for 4 months. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not the typical YouTuber that wants to show you our daily lives, you know. And, oh, look, here's Turbo again. Turbo's doing good. Look at Turbo. Here's BB. Okay, I had to actually pick her up because she's so cute. You know, here we are. You know, we're eating food at a restaurant. You know, I've always wanted to give something to you, even though maybe I'm not fully right on some things. You know, I felt if I had something important to give, then I would make a video. So, and it's probably going to be about what we eat in here as vegans. Oh, which reminds me, those of you that have been following me for a long time know that about a year ago, was it about a year ago when I tried being vegan?
It's been almost 2 years ago.
Been almost 2 years since I tried being vegan the first time, and I failed after a month and a half. I don't like to fail. You know, that's not me, okay? It depends on what I'm doing. Like, compared to all the other trucker channels, I think I kind of failed. I know a lot of you don't want me to say that. I know a lot of you like me and all that stuff. But technically, I think I kind of failed. That's a failure that I can live with. Some people are just better at making YouTube videos than others. I'll tell you right now, what I'm impressed with a lot of those trucker channels is their ability to speak well. I know I'm not good at speaking well. That's why this video is all cut up. Because one, I can't retain it all. Okay? I fried those brain cells when I was a kid. You know? Messing with the drugs and stuff. But, you know, failing as a vegan really bothered me, and I pondered it for a long time. And I figured it out. I figured it out. It basically came down to two things. One, she was not doing it with me. So imagine I'm back here eating some Polly's lentil soup, which is what we got in there right now. It's a nice big vegetable soup. It kind of tastes like burrito stew.
Yeah, it does. It tastes like a burrito stew.
Tastes like burrito stew. You know, no animal products in it whatsoever. And see what I'm saying? I just lost my train of thought.
Because the second reason why you failed.
Yeah. So she wasn't doing it with me. So I'm eating the soup, right, or whatnot, right, and she's up there eating McDonald's, and I'm smelling McDonald's. You see what I'm saying? If you're in a relationship, you got to do it together. Got to do it together. The other big one, number two, was because of my family history. I was taking 2 medications that actually grab the fat out of my stomach before my body gets a chance to use it and flushes it out of me. So there I was on a whole foods plant-based diet and eating a little bit of fat in my foods naturally, and my pills were stealing it from me. So Chrissy's right here. She can second exactly what I'm about to tell you. I had moments where it's like, honey, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening here. But I'm on the bed doing this. It's like, I don't know what's going on, honey. I don't know. Go get me a Subway sandwich, all the meats. Double the meat. And as soon as I ate that, I felt better.
Yeah.
So I was really bummed out. You know, I was like, I know I'm eating enough. I was really bummed out about that. And I pondered on it and pondered on it and pondered on it. And then I figured it out. So I've adjusted those medications. One of them I don't take anymore. I am taking another one. I'm still taking the other one. But what I do from time to time is I'll grab an avocado and I'll put that in I'll grab a whole avocado, which is like 350 calories of good fat, and I'll throw that in a salad or something. And then that bypasses my pill a little bit. So I'm not completely going without fat.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And it's plant fat.
And it's plant fat. I mean, it's wonderful for you. So, yeah.
So I'd actually like to add something to that.
Oh boy, here we go.
I was a third reason.
What's that?
The first time you kind of was just winging it on the veganism. True. So we didn't have any kind of recipes. We didn't really have any like guidelines to go by. You were basically eating a lot of salads.
If you're gonna go vegan, you don't have to get these books. I'm not promoting these to make money or anything. I'm not associated with this whatsoever. But if you're gonna go vegan, get a recipe book. Learn how to chop up some vegetables, and in the future, you're gonna see some of the things that we make in here. They do sometimes take a long time. Oh well, they do take a long time sometimes. You got to chop up a bunch of items. Not always, but sometimes you do. Just get yourself a recipe book and start learning how to cut up some vegetables and cooking some things, and you're going to be just fine. okay? Animal agriculture is not sustainable. Check this out. This is automobile, cars, planes, trains, ships, greenhouse gases, okay? This is animal agriculture greenhouse gases, okay? They're killing us. They're killing the animals, and they're killing this planet, people. Check out Cowspiracy, okay? It's on Netflix, and you can also watch a short version of Forks Over Knives on YouTube. It's about a 12-minute video, the short version, and you'll see what I'm talking about, okay? Meat is not oxygen. You can live without it. I'm actually thriving. Sorry, I think I just spit all over everybody. I'm actually thriving. I'm better physically. My eye color is better. Her eye color, oh my God, Christy's skin, I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable, but I cannot believe how soft her skin is. She doesn't use any moisturizers or anything like that. I'm better in every way. My blood pressure is way down. My resting heart rate is at 54. I mean, people with low heart rates is a sign of good health, okay? My blood pressure started out was like 139 over 80, and now I'm like in 117 over 75, okay?
Yep.
Everything is better.
I also wanted to add that being vegan is not just about eating salads and fruit and vegetables, but you can eat all kinds of beans and legumes and seeds and nuts and whole wheat breads and pastas. I mean, there is a whole ton of foods you can eat, and you're not going to go hungry and starve to death. It's not like what a lot of people think. I mean, you're still going to get all your protein and calcium and all your vitamins and nutrients and everything that you need from the plants, and it's actually better, healthier vitamins and nutrients from plants than what it is from meat. And the stuff from meat is, even though it's protein and calcium, it actually attacks your body, and that's how a lot of like bone density loss happens.
Oh, let me say this. Countries with the highest meat eating in it always have the highest osteoporosis in it, okay?
Yeah.
Because the human body does not accept meat like it does plant products. It has to steal from your bones in order to deal with that. That's what I'm saying.
It actually digests longer in your system, and it actually sits in your stomach for like a week while it's digesting.
Yeah. Look, we don't want to go off on a tangent like that. I will say that you need to have a strong starch base, and the meat eaters, you know, you'll always hear them say, "Oh, watch your carb intake. Watch your carb intake." That's our base of what we eat is carbs: rice, potatoes, lentils,
whole
wheat pasta, whole wheat bread. That's our base of what we eat the most of, and then right above that is lots of fruits and vegetables, and then nuts and oils, and and so on. But